EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Cincinnati Bengals. And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Being chased out left. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded right at the goal line. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he's got his big tight end here.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And the Raiders have got him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they give this time to the tailback. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football.
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. 21-0 our score after 1. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Well, now how about this return? He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Bengals.
That was a special return. And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Here we go. Change hands. Change hands. Stop. 12.
Now it's Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Second and 11 now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And he'll look downfield for Waller. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Higgins, what a catch.
And he's out right at the 25.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down. Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To throw again on second down. Burrow escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on fourth down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, as time expires in the first half. And the Bengals get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. McPherson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. He's at the 40. 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run. As a defense, what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, you've been all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the football? You could see the terror as everyone was thinking, do I even want to try and tackle that big man?
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Escaping the pressure right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Burrow on the move to his left. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Forced out to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Again, it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And now here is another interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff here to his running back. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. On 2nd and 2, Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Burrow on play action. Finds a seam inside the 40.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And Burrow going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow.
He's going to let it fly.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
To win, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but